Let's talk about clitoral orgasms and how that stuff works. Yesterday, a woman said in a comment that she thought a lot of men just didn't understand female anatomy. And you know what? If I reflect upon all the sex I've had in my 62 years, I would say that's probably true. But you know what? We can help them. So here's the diagram again of the vulva. And this little button up here is the clitoris. That's our pleasure zone. That's where all the action happens. The nerves extend into it, and that feels really good when you're having sexual intercourse. But if that little button's not being stimulated, then it's unlikely that you're going to have a clitoral orgasm. Of course, some people might say that it's possible, but I know for me, it's not. So how are we going to get that little button stimulated, which is on the outside, when the intercourse is going on the inside? That's the big challenge, isn't it? And that's where the position that you're in and how much contact that little button is making with some part of your body comes into it. I know for me that if I'm on top and I'm rubbing against the pubic bone, this little button is getting stimulated, constantly stimulated, and as a result of that, I'm likely to have an orgasm. If I'm having sex and my partner is behind me, from the side, or any other position where all of the stuff is going on inside, but nothing's going on with this little button, then yeah, it feels really good. And some people say they can have vaginal orgasms and all of that. But for me, that's the one that I want to be touched, constantly stimulated, not infrequently, because it's the constant stimulation, bit like the head of your dick, that is going to produce the orgasm. So when you're considering how you're going to have sex so that that little button is stimulated, sure, you can do it. You can have sex from behind, but you're probably going to need a little bit of help using something like a vibrator to get that little button stimulated. Your partner might want to reach across and use his fingers, but not infrequently. He's going to have to keep going at it if he wants the magic to happen. Or your fingers, if you're comfortable doing that sort of stuff in front of your partner. And I know not all women are, but that's the way our anatomy works. The little button is on the outside. The nerves extend into the inside, but we really need, for a clitoral orgasm, for that little button to be constantly stimulated, for all that great pleasure and for the clitoral orgasm to occur.